Machetes, dangerous. Muy peligroso esos herramientas. These are dangerous tools. We got to use them a lot. You ever sharpened a machete before?
Never.
You ever used a machete before?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. Basically, this is a good way to be a ninja. They're very powerful tools, but they're very dangerous. I will tell you a little bit about that in a second. We've got little short ones like this. Those are great for shorter people. This is a fancier one. It's got a neat saying on it.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a much longer one. If you're a shorter person, then you will want to use a shorter machete. You're closer to the ground, and so you can use that. If I use it, I have to bend way down. So I prefer the longest machete I can have. We use the machetes to clear trails. They grow over surprisingly quickly, but we really got to think as a team and think about machetes before we use them. Number one is safety. We want to check the machete out of the bodega and make sure we return at the end of the day. When you get a team of people together and everybody's macheteing, you don't want a machete near each other, anywhere near each other. I've seen many times people are like this distance, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm macheteing here and you're macheteing there. Maybe I'll cut a branch and it might hit you. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I'll swing back and I'll slice your leg.
Ouch.
Yeah, you prefer that not happen.
No, preferably.
Yeah. You're just not very adventurous, are you? They're extremely sharp. We sharpen the machetes with a sharpening stone. A sharp machete is safer than a dull one because you need less energy to cut, and you'll just get better results. In fact, if you had a team of people going out to do macheteing for an hour or so, you would want to bring a stone with you maybe and just give them a little extra edge. The machetes get dull because they're hitting branches and things, and then sometimes if you're cutting things low, you're going to hit a rock or something and get a big ding in it. Mm-hmm. So another issue about safety, in addition to staying way away from each other, is you got to keep a nice grip on it. It can actually fly out of your hand. You get sweaty. So all of a sudden we get a machete flying through the air. The odds it's going to hit you, low.
Okay.
But we don't ever want it to happen. So another safety issue is your hands. Most of us from the city have these weak little hands, and if we're going to machete for a long time, then we're going to get calluses. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But since we don't have calluses at first, the skin will actually rip. So right here I've got a little spot where recently I ripped my hand because I decided to go macheteing for 4 hours or something, and I haven't been doing it lately. So the first time macheteing, the thing that, and I see this happen all the time, is don't machete for very long.
Okay.
20 minutes, half hour. Yeah, and go with somebody, and of course you should also know for the safety of the forest what you should cut and what you shouldn't. So don't just go around randomly cutting stuff. We have things we're growing that are important. And so we want to go with a team. We want to go with somebody, at least a team of two. And usually we're clearing trails. Also with that stuff we cut, we can often then take it and give it to the rabbits or the chickens. Yeah. But some plants are poisonous.
Right.
So we don't want to poison the animals. So there's actually a surprising, I mean, all we're talking about is a machete, but we're already talking about like 7 or 8 different safety problems. I'll tell you another danger. I was macheteing one day, a nice long machete like this. And I like to machete when I'm a little frustrated, you know, because it's a great, just get things done kind of activity. Yeah. And also it's very ninja sword-like. It's kind of cool, I think. Anyway, so I'm macheteing away and everything, and a dog is behind me, and I don't know it. I don't notice the dog come up. So I actually do a stroke backwards, and I slice the dog's nose. Just the tiniest bit, about maybe like a 1/4 inch. And luckily it healed up really quickly. Okay. I mean, a couple days it was fine. And the dog didn't seem to even mind. But the point is that when you have this, you are a dangerous instrument. So, and I'm going to enforce that. I'm going to kind of be a dick about it if I have to. Because I've seen so many people come, and I guess that's why we're making this video, to communicate it beforehand, so that when we go out, we can efficiently keep the trails clear for use and not get anybody hurt. So let's get on to one more part of the lesson here, and that is sharpening machetes. We can actually tell how sharp they are by running our finger across the blade this way. Do not run your finger this way or you will cut it. So check it this way. So does that seem sharp to you?
Decently sharp.
Yeah. On this one you can feel the tip is less sharp and this is more sharp. So you can feel the difference. Yeah.
It's very noticeable.
Yeah. And so we want to check each one. I like to sharpen the whole thing from down here all the way up to the tip, because when we're actually out there macheteing, you don't know which part you're going to be using to hit something with. There's also some tricks about how to cut different types of plants, whether they're living or they're dead, and what angles to use, how to protect your eyes. I strongly recommend you use eye protection. Doesn't have to be goggles, it could be sunglasses.
Okay.
But something over your eyes, because lots of stuff will snap back and hit you in the face.
Right.
And sometimes we're working in difficult conditions, you know, where it's rocky and it's unbalanced and there might be spider webs and stuff. So anyway, back to sharpening. You could use a fancy sharpening stone. I have a fancy Japanese one for sharpening knives and things, but it's really expensive and I'm not going to bother. Some people, when you first get a machete, it's going to be really dull usually, and so we use a machine potentially to sharpen it. We can also use a file. It seems like a very non-precise type of tool, but it works great. This is just a cheap stone. This costs 20 pesos, I think. So it's fine to have these. I should have one of these in every cabana, and maybe I should have a machete in every cabana if I've already trained somebody how to use it.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to leave like dangerous weapons laying around, but anyway. So I used to be picky about sharpening, and I have a whole book just on sharpening tools. Here we do it pretty simple. I used to do it like this, always going this way. My fingers are not down here because I don't want them anywhere near the blade. So my finger's going to be up on the stone, and I'm going to sharpen it this way. This is the way I sharpened for years. And now I actually often am doing this, because I'm actually getting a lot more activity, a lot more action. And I'm doing this from one side, you'll notice. I want to do it from the other side as well. I'm now putting my fingers in the direction of the blade. So I've really got to watch out for those fingers. If I was more ambidextrous, maybe I would be doing this. But you see the difference there. My fingers are going toward the blade here. So it makes me nervous. I'm still going to do it, but got to watch out. The other thing then is that you want to keep it kind of balanced on both sides, because if you do it from one side, you're going to get kind of a little burr. The other issue is you can look for larger dings in the...
Like there.
Like there's a ding right there. Very good. And so we're going to sharpen that a little bit more. Now, a very important thing is the angle of the stone, right? I'm not doing it this way, because then I'm actually making it more dull. But if I do it too shallow of an angle, then I'm going to have a really sharp machete, that's true. But that's going to be a really weak point. So when I hit stuff, it may be a rock or a strong branch, it's going to smash it in faster. And so a nice middle point is like about right there. What would you say that angle is?
30? No.
30 maybe?
40?
Yeah, no matter what angle we say, somebody's going to tell us it's the wrong one. So I'm not too worried about it. A kind of a middle angle. It's not 45. I think I like 30. I think 30 seems good.
Okay.
That's the interior angle there. So go ahead and give that a shot. I'll check these other machetes and see how sharp they are. So I'd say that's too not enough of an angle. Like, so you're more like this. You want to be more like that, I think.
Okay.
Yep, and your fingers are almost in danger.
Okay.
I like this machete because it looks cool. But normally what we use are these trooper machetes, because they're cheap and they're pretty solid. This is a 26-inch one. I think it's the longest one I have.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Let's see. So now you got the point down here, and that's fine. You can also just try and hold it. But yeah,
Right, but I think I need a surface.
I
too.
think it is better, yeah. And so here I'll flip it over, and let's try that again. And we'll check your angle.
Okay, more or less like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then I would go a little bit more up and down this way. Yeah. But I've seen people who've been using machetes all their lives, sharpen machetes in different ways. So you're welcome to comment on YouTube and tell us we're doing it wrong, and you can tell us how you do it. But do realize there are a diversity of ways to sharpen a machete. That's good. Cool. Let's go cut some stuff up.
Yep.
Raw.
Raw.